5 things you should never tell others. According to psychology, protect your emotional well-being. In an age of constant connectivity, we often feel compelled to share our thoughts, fears, and challenges with the world. We open up on social media, discuss our personal issues with friends, and sometimes even with acquaintances. However, psychology suggests there are certain things you should never share, as doing so could harm your mental well-being, damage relationships, and even leave you vulnerable. In this blog, we dive deeper into the psychology behind why some topics are better kept to ourselves, and how being mindful of what you share can lead to healthier, more fulfilling connections. 1. Your secrets or deepest fears. Secrets have the potential to weigh heavily on your mind and heart. Everyone has personal struggles, past mistakes, or deep-rooted fears they keep hidden. Sharing these with others can offer temporary relief, but it can also have negative consequences if shared indiscriminately. Why it matters. Psychologically, secrets are emotionally taxing. When you hold on to a secret, your brain works overtime to conceal it, and this mental energy can lead to stress, anxiety, and even physical health issues. For example, research has shown that people with significant emotional secrets tend to experience higher levels of psychological distress and lower self-esteem. However, the impact of sharing a secret with someone who isn't prepared to handle it can be even more damaging. If you share a secret with someone who isn't trustworthy, it can lead to feelings of betrayal, shame, or regret when it's revealed to others. The wrong person may not offer the emotional support you need, but could use your vulnerability against you. When you reveal something very personal, you can lose a sense of control over the information and how it is used. What you can do: confide in someone you trust deeply, whether it's a close friend, a therapist, or a mentor. Choose someone who values your vulnerability and can offer empathetic support. Trust is a crucial element in any relationship, and once it's broken, it's often hard to rebuild. By being mindful of who you open up to, you can protect your emotional health in your relationships. 2. Your financial struggles. Money is one of the most sensitive topics to discuss with others, yet it's one that many people feel compelled to share. Whether it's debt, struggling to make ends meet, or financial instability, talking about money can affect how others perceive you. While it's natural to want advice or emotional support, oversharing about finances can have unintended consequences. Why it matters. Psychologically, financial stress is closely linked to mental health issues like anxiety, depression, and a diminished sense of self-worth. When you're struggling financially, you may feel inadequate, embarrassed, or ashamed. Talking too much about financial difficulties can reinforce these feelings and can be perceived by others as a sign of weakness, even if that's not your intention. More importantly, sharing too much about your finances can affect how others view your competence. People may form judgments based on your financial status, affecting both your social and professional relationships. Psychological theories such as social comparison suggest that people often evaluate themselves in relation to others, and revealing financial struggles could unintentionally cause people to perceive you as unsuccessful or less capable. What you can do: if you're in financial difficulty, try to find someone you trust deeply, such as a financial advisor, family member, or close friend. Seek out professional advice to address the problem rather than sharing it openly with multiple people. Setting financial boundaries in conversations can help protect your dignity and prevent further stress. 3. Your relationship problems, especially to outsiders. Romantic relationships can be turbulent, and it's not uncommon to face issues or challenges. Whether it's an argument, a misunderstanding, or a significant problem, many people turn to friends and family for comfort. However, there's a fine line between seeking support and oversharing. When you tell others about problems with your partner, you risk influencing how they view the relationship and your partner. Why it matters. Psychologically, relationships are sensitive territories. When you share personal grievances with someone who isn't involved, you're giving them an incomplete picture of the relationship. Relationships are complicated, and no one sees everything from both sides. Your friends or family may develop a skewed view of your partner based on what you've shared, which can affect their interactions with your partner and the overall dynamic between everyone involved. Moreover, sharing too much about your relationship issues can lead to feelings of regret when the issues are resolved. Once you've vented, others may continue to hold on to the negative perception they've formed, which can damage your relationship further. Oversharing can also escalate conflict, as your partner may feel betrayed or judged, particularly if they find out that personal details were shared without their consent. What you can do: if you're facing significant relationship issues, it's best to consult a relationship counselor or therapist. Professionals are trained to provide constructive advice without judgment. Avoid venting to friends or family about every disagreement, as it can create unnecessary tension and potentially harm your relationship in the long term. 4. Personal information about your family or friends. We all have close family and friends, and sometimes it's tempting to share details about their lives. Whether it's a secret your sibling told you, a conflict your best friend is facing, or something you overheard in a family conversation, it's crucial to respect their privacy. Sharing personal information about others without their consent can cause a lot of harm. Why it matters. Psychologically, breaking someone's trust can lead to a breakdown in your relationship with them, and the emotional fallout can be long-lasting. Whether it's a family member, friend, or colleague, you may think you're just sharing something harmless, but it can have unintended consequences. People value their privacy, and when someone else discloses personal details, it can lead to feelings of betrayal, hurt, and anger. Furthermore, once shared, personal information is difficult to retract. Even if you didn't intend harm, the damage is done. This can create an emotional rift and disrupt the harmony within your family or social circle. What you can do: respect the privacy of your loved ones by keeping their personal information to yourself. Be aware of boundaries and avoid gossiping about others, even in seemingly harmless or casual conversations. If you're ever unsure whether something is private or not, it's best to err on the side of caution. 5. How much you dislike someone. Disliking someone is natural. Not everyone is going to get along with everyone else. However, expressing your dislike for someone directly can be incredibly damaging, both to you and the person you're talking about. Psychologically, expressing disdain for others can create unnecessary negativity and perpetuate feelings of frustration or anger. Why it matters. Expressing dislike can have a lasting emotional impact on both parties. When you share negative opinions about someone, even if they are justified in your eyes, you create tension and stress for everyone involved. It's also possible that your opinion will influence how others view the person you dislike, which can affect their reputation and your relationship with the person. Further, venting anger or frustration by openly expressing how much you dislike someone can escalate conflict rather than resolving it. It's often a temporary outlet that doesn't address the root causes of your feelings, and it can leave you feeling emotionally drained. What you can do: if you're struggling with negative feelings towards someone, it's important to process these emotions internally or with a trusted confidant who will provide guidance without reinforcing the negativity. Try to focus on healthy ways to manage your emotions, such as engaging in self-reflection, practicing mindfulness, or seeking counseling to work through your feelings. Conclusion: the art of discernment in sharing. Sharing our lives with others is an important aspect of human connection, but there is power in discernment. While vulnerability is vital for emotional intimacy, there are certain topics that can be better left unsaid. By being mindful of what we disclose and to whom, we can protect our emotional well-being, maintain healthier relationships, and preserve trust. In the end, the key to emotional health lies in knowing what to share, when to share it, and with whom. By practicing emotional discernment, you protect your integrity, safeguard your relationships, and create space for healthier communication.